You can see us in all our glory.
Oh, your glory.
Can you hear the reverb on my voice, the nice reverb?
It's very silky.
I remember it must have been like a little more than a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago. I shot you a DM on Instagram, and I was like, dude, we're huge fans. I can't believe you're from Montreal like us, da da da. And we were about to start this project, this record label, where we could finally sort of curate music from artists we love and invite artists to work in our studio to work with all this equipment. Can they see? They can see.
Oh,
it,
they
right?
can see for sure.
Yeah. So you came here in Burbank, California,
Hell
and
yeah.
we were just like, dude, go crazy. Choose what you want, and let's make some funk.
But yeah, I just remember the thrill of every day P would bring like 2 different synths and just try to like...
A la carte.
Yeah, a la carte. And get me like
Synths a la carte.
Synths a la carte. And get me like a little tutorial to get me started and explain like how each one would be useful. It was like a synth paradise for real.
And we didn't know you were going to want us to sing and do talkbox, and that ended up being like your kind of initiative, but we were like, great, it's really a fusion of the two worlds.
Yeah.
And I think it was important for us too, because it shows another side of our persona as Chromeo, because we're known for like one kind of big festival kind of funk songs, but we're also obviously production nerds, and this is what we spend every day. So it's good to reconnect with that side too.
Yeah, so Jay Herlock, who's a regular on the Twitch stream, says, Nico, I thought you had a lot of keyboards, but once they see your studio, I really don't. It doesn't seem like I have a lot.
It's okay.
Can you hear synths?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There we go. All right, should we start? Let's see if this works.
And if there are drops, that's just part of life, and we'll do our best to make it work.
This is cutting edge technology right now, right? The fact that we can all jam here together.
Yeah.
And we're triggering all our synths on MIDI as well. It's all, so basically everything here is kind of playing live.
Oh yeah.
Okay, it wasn't too bad. Like, it's pretty stable now.
Is it really?
But when it started, like, it was always going crazy. But throughout the middle, I think it was a little bit better. This is like the best that we can get. So like, they're sending stuff. I'm sending stuff on top of it.
Nico is playing a quarter notes behind us.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We're hearing you a quarter note behind us. So
sounded good.
It was
fun.
We're
lucky that the glitch is on tempo.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But so on my end, what I'm receiving, like every now and then it kind of like either stops or like abruptly speeds up or slows down, but I think we're still getting the vibe through. But just so you know, the founder of Pedal is in the chat currently.
Oh my God.
And he says that there wouldn't be drops if we weren't streaming from the...
So funky.
Yeah.
Wait, what did he say?
There wouldn't be drops if it was less funky? No, there wouldn't be drops if we weren't streaming at the same time, probably. Just buy more internet. Buy more internet. Easy fix, dude.
Here you go, P. I just turned you up.
Oh yeah! Amazing.
Nice.
That one was much smoother. We just started getting some hiccups, but for most of it, it was super stable.
Cool.
I see that A-Track is in the building. True legend.
Nice.
Shout out to A-Track. This current stream is happening on 3 platforms at once. So Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Usually this is just on Twitch, and Chromeo also streams on Twitch occasionally. I think it's not a...
Once in a while.
Once in a while. But make sure to follow them on every platform if that's not already the case. Twitch is a place to be.
Thank you. Yeah, we're gonna Twitch. We're gonna Twitch more, but really, we kind of the whole time. This is kind of what we wanted to do, is like to be able to jam with people. So hopefully the technology will allow it. It's so fun. Is this the first time maybe such a complicated setup has been done to your knowledge, Nico?
To my knowledge, yes, but maybe A-Track could correct us, because
No, A-Track was the big skeptic. A-Track is the one who said it couldn't be done.
That needs an explosion. I just put in an explosion. So someone's asking the latency. I guess we can re-explain the setup. We actually have the founders of the app we're using currently in the chat, which is pretty wild. Okay, so we each have 2 computers. One for the music setup, one for the streaming setup. Okay? Yeah. And then on both of our ends, we're using this little app called Pedal, which allows to send audio back and forth in real time, but also like you can drop some waves of like a take just in your session and drop it in the other person's session. That being said, there's still some latency. That's just a part of life, but it's much better than what you'd find like on your phone or just video app. And so P, you were saying it's...
yeah, we actually tested this. You and I were on the phone.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, absolutely.
You and I were on the phone, and we had Pedal on, and when we spoke, Pedal was faster than the phone.
Like way faster.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It was like 2 seconds faster than the phone.
Yeah. Yeah, it's some mind-blowing shit. But it's still like, we're still dependent on our internet connections, hence the little like hiccups in the beats that were happening once in a while. But for the last one, it was like surprisingly stable. So that's pretty crazy.
Well, Nico, you're always welcome here at the studio. So.
I mean, I would fly there now if it weren't for, the current situation.
Well, you know what we should do is when you can come back here, you should Twitch live from here. With all
that would be crazy.
We'll do that when you come back.
Okay, let's do that. Amazing. I'm down.
Yeah, man.
So A-Track just asked, can Superman outrun the Flash?
That's stupid. That was the OBX. And then I think you were using a Juno 106, but you have those at your house, right?
I have one, but when I first met you guys in September, the one I had, it was, I needed to repair it, and I never actually repaired it. So that was the motivation I needed to actually do it and use it properly after.
You were using the Wurlitzer?
Yeah, right? A lot of Wurlitzer.
Oh, you had...
Oh, the Minimoog. The Minimoog was like my crush.
I
fell in love.
One of the best sounding Minimoog I've ever seen. And you had it for those 2 weeks, 2 weeks.
That was so crazy.
Yeah, the combination of OBX and that specific Minimoog was just so good.
Is this how you guys wrote the EP, or was it in person?
In person.
In person.
Yeah, we finished it at a distance, but the huge chunk of recording it and most parts of it were done in person on 2 separate occasions in September and January.
And it was really important to have you come in this environment because we wanted to kind of like, we wanted to make sure the synths were incorporated into your work. I think you wanted that too, right?
Absolutely.
The idea of having our sonic palette kind of reskin in a way your style of composition.
Oh, I learned so much just from experimenting with those because I had like literally never laid my hands on any of those, which is crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no.
So thank you so much, everyone. Make some noise for Chromeo.
Thank you guys. Peace.
Chromeo Legends, and
Thank you.
I will do a be right back screen, and I'll be back in like 1 or 2 minutes. And we're back. What's up, everyone? For those of you who just tuned in, my name is Anomalie. Earlier, oh shit, Disclosure! Thank you so much for the raid. That was like a perfect timing. All right, shout out to Disclosure for raiding on YouTube tomorrow. Okay, Disclosure killing it with the gifted sub. My guy, my guy. Thank you so much. Oh, that's a true legend. So this is the main group.
Hit me up when the moon's right. In the moonlight, we can walk and talk.
All right, so I'll start by just explaining the synth layers and drum stuff for the chorus. We got this doubled Juno chords going on. So it's like 2 slightly different patches, but they're pretty much the same. It's just that way I'm able to pan them and have them like super large. And then I got some reverb automation and frequency shifting going on. So this is like a rather simple progression. It doesn't move a lot, but this was like the guiding line for everything else that followed, right? So it's pretty much like, I think the bass movement kind of varies, but it's usually like, as far as like the chord goes, it's pretty much B flat minor or 9/7, whatever, and then F sus. But because of the riff, it's usually like on the bass of C for the second chords or fourth chords. So you could say it's like C minor 11th, I guess. So this is the main movement. I want it to be all about the bass movement and all about the voice leading. And then it moves a little bit more in the pre-choruses where it gets a little bit more vibey, and at the end as well. Dave mentioned that I use the OBX a lot. This is like one of my favorite textures ever. Lush stuff on the sides, and this is the main riff. So this was super fun. I think without the delay, it sounds, and without the reverb. So this was not an arpeggiator. I actually played it. It was playing in real time. And then I added some reverb and automated the delay for the end of the phrases. To get those and to end those phrases. So it was very fun. Yes, I did play that in real time. It took me a couple of takes to get it right. But so on the OB, every single voice, basically like every alternating note, let's say you're playing like 4th notes, the first and third will be, you can decide it will be panned to a certain side, and then the 2 others will be panned to the other side. And when I just figured that out as an option, even when I came back to VSTs or other synths that allow me to do that, I do it very often now, like as a spreader tool, because it's very nice and doesn't add a quality that like traditional spreaders would use. I guess like if it's like a very clear melody with like let's say a 2-voiced harmony, it can be confusing because like the lead one will like change from a channel to another. But for something like this, super nice. Like almost 100% reverb. We currently have almost 350 across all platforms, which is very exciting. Thank you so much to everyone for tuning in, for tuning in. And all right, this is my favorite synth that the guy showed me. This is the Mini Model D, which is, oh my god, it was just such a pleasure to work with. All the basses on every single tune. Put it together. All right, this is the whole drums group. Yeah, so all the tom fills and the sticks. All those are from the drum kit over there. And then the rest are samples that I'm stacking. I believe there's some hats from Addictive, but these hats are the real ones with tambourine on the hat raises. These ones I punched in once I came back home, like started of summer. So those are Addictive, which is the ones you guys always see me use on stream, you know. On this. So we got the lead, the doubles, and then a bunch of effects. So like I use some formant doubles
In the moonlight, we can walk and talk.
for the end of every phrase or so. We got some pitch octaves. We got some high ones. And then all together, we got some,
I don't fight, but it's been 10 years, we should catch up.
it stacks up for some nice effects with delays and all of that. For drums and bass, it's pretty much, it follows the same riff of the chorus, right? It's just the same thing, but without the chord layers and synth. And then Whirly comes in. This was also super fun because I had played on real Rhodes, but not a Whirly, and this was actually the 140B, whereas most people usually have the 200A, which is also very nice, but the 140B is like just that much warmer as well. The vocoder is doubling the end of the phrases. The new one is temporarily E flat. We go to F sus, C sus, or I guess I voiced it sus, and then C sharp sus. So this is the move. Just a little circle. And then once in a while goes to B major for a little, resolution.
It happens often, face to face in a public space. And we won't cross that line, cause we know what not to do the moment we're together.
And then A flat sus, F altered on A to get back to the root for the choruses. And I think it's a different patch for the Moog. I want a mini Moog so bad, but it's like there's like a reissue, right? But the first one is like 12K on eBay or something. It's amazing. I did make like a bunch of sampler patches out of the real Moog, so I could kind of mess around with them at home and punch in some stuff. So for this song, I had all I needed. But for Sean and Mouse, I used a sampler patch to punch in some stuff. But like within the register that I needed to use it for, I literally put it right next to the auto recording, and it's like, it works pretty well, which I'll show you guys. What Dave sent me was octaves.
Wrong if we can bend the rules,
And chorus
bend
double.
the rules. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to see each other.
Which sounds super huge and really nice. But I wanted to like
Together. It's nothing wrong.
try my hand at harmonies, but like doing some weird stuff, just trying to see what I can do. So I used Alter Boy a bunch, little Alter Boy from Soundtoys, amazing plugin, and then ended up with these. So these sound really weird on their own, but when you put it in the mix with the other vocals, they kind of come out pretty nicely.
It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, bend the rules. It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules to each other.
So I had to mute and cut out all of the consonants, like the S's and T's, because like it was really weird going through Alter Boy, but then having all of it together.
It's nothing wrong if we can bend the rules, bend the rules.
And so this is one normal whirly, the 140B from Chromeo Studio, and then we got a pitch one. So it's really weird on its own, but together it gives like a. So the second was is an octave below it. And then this is. Oh, I forgot about that one. Just some other voices, other voicings filtered lower in register, and all together it's makes it lush. Same chord progression here. Congrats on the EP. Thank you so much, bro. Merci beaucoup. Very similar to the pre-chorus here. Okay, I said I wouldn't do this, but this is my go-to chord movement for people who've been following my music for a while. It's the tritone sub to target chord. So instead of 5-1 to B, I did the usual one, but it's not in the rest of the song. It happened once. It's okay. The whole progression is not based on that trick. So these are the synths for the end. So it's real Juno, real Minimoog for the leads, real Poly 6, but then also some OBXD. And I think actually the main lead is OBXD, surprisingly, which it did like a pretty awesome job. And I'm kind of sad I didn't get to use the real one for this, but it worked, and it's in the last section. And blended with the real ones, it works. But for the chorus is the main riff. The real thing is just unbeatable. Love that patch so much. But yeah, that's the song. So there's a couple things going on here. We're in D. I'm doing a modulation to the third, the minor third, with a 5-1. So this is C dominant to F major. And then I'm doing the same modulation, but from F. So the minor third of F, which is A flat. So I'm doing a 5-1 to go there too. So, and then once I'm there, I want to come back to 1. So I wanted to come back to like a C sus, a D sus, sorry. I could have went. I went for, and I think I only used this here and at the end of the first chorus, but then it's actually, I use like parallel sus very often, so the same voicing, but you're just like moving up and down, right? In this case, I went for a B minor, but on D flat, so first inversion, to go to D. Like this on its own, if it was in a root position, it's like very dramatic, or like dark, I guess, or like very Darth Vader-ish. But and then let me. You can reach the sky. Yeah, so just chromatic sus to come back. So B, B flat, and A, because the riff starts on 5. For 2 bars. And then back to 1. I don't understand what you're saying, but I like your music and translated this. We got 2 layers of Juno pads. This is like the warm chunk, if you will. And then the Oberheim is doing, there's like the fluty thing. Very fluty. But then the main one, which like really brightens it up, is this. Also one of my favorite sounds. Like, if I was gonna get a board from the ones I used at Chromeo Studio to make this project, it would really be this one. Alright, I might have actually to refigure it out. Oh yeah, okay. So the first 2 ones are diminished approaches, so diminished to D6, and then diminished to E. So we're in D, so this is 1 and 2 minor. So diminished approach to 1, diminished approach to 2, and then this is all like, this is all within the the A sus, it all works. But then this is E dominant, like on first inversion. And then I need to go back to A sus. So I could have just, I think my initial movement was, I think I found this was the line I wanted, and then I harmonized it. So I could have went, just 4 and then go back to, well, I guess it's a 5-1 compared to A, but it's the dominant 2 within the realm of D. But I could, so this is pretty interesting. I know the harmony heads should be interested for this one. So instead of, I could have went like just the 5-1. It could have been altered, but I chose this. So in my right hand, this is like an upper structure triad, I guess. Let's say it's F sharp major. If it was over E, it could have been interesting as well. But then in my left hand, I got B flat and G. So it's basically a second inversion of E dominant altered. So I think I just liked the texture and recorded it. But if we're going to analyze it, it's the tritone compared to relative to A. So it's like it's within the realm of like the whole tone scale. So like the Simpson theme. So this is the sonic palette of that, but it goes by like super quick. Again, like there's a lot of harmony punch-ins and the piano break and all, but the essence of the progression is still 5-1 5-1 5-1. Oh yeah. So just momentarily borrowing the augmented sound. So it's a F sharp major triad, but then coming back to major. So this is where that line comes from. This is just chromatic approaches. So we're still, I guess it's technically E minor at this point. So I'm just using the voicing. Let's say this is E minor. I'm doing one semitone below it. There's a lot of chromatic approaches in this song on the piano side, but that's really all there is to it.
If you want it, you can reach the sky.
It goes F, I guess add 9 over A, B flat sus, and then B sus, A flat sus, and back to 5. So it's circling it all with sus chords. Sus chords are amazing. I sampled Dave, and then I actually did sing just for the intro for these little chords here. Oh. And then I layered this with the isotope vocal synth for some vocoders in the choruses. There's little movements to like sort of support the talk box sound, which is a little bit harsher, I guess.
The sky, the sky, the sky.
It makes for an interesting blend. And then I punched in one talk box line.
The sky.
Okay, so this one, we got the usual 5-1 going on, but dominant E, so dominant 2 in the scale, very happy, sunshine. It's very happy. So similar to the other ones, but it's G minor. So this is a 4 minor in the major scale. It's like the very cinematic, nostalgic, I don't know, like love theme or something. And And then sus with the flat 9, which is also a very like dramatic 60s TV theme. So we got to F and then back to 5 with the chromatic. Yeah, so thank you so much to everyone for tuning in. Hit me up in the Discord, and I will see you on Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Take care, everyone, and see ya.